Well, yes, we're changing our gear now to political matters. And joining us to discuss this is Honorable Yinusa Abubakar. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you.
I must mention here that he's a member of the APC and also a member of the House of Representatives. Let's start from the last line. Why do you think that the Speaker of the House of Reps and the Senate President were glaringly absent, as stated in that report from the National Executive Committee meeting?
You see, since yesterday, when I think media organization aired that the chairman of the National Assembly and his deputy are conspicuously absent, that is the Senate President and Mr. Speaker, I laugh. These are duty, call to duty and duty exigencies. The Senate President is there in Edo State presiding over a crucial workshop that he couldn't just leave it to attend the INEC meeting. And the Speaker, yesterday, we televised live what we call sectoral debate on Ajaokuta towards reviving the Ajaokuta Steel Company. So when the next meeting comes and Speaker is presiding, this is a crucial meeting and it has been advertised. People know that, and we are doing this till live. The Minister of Finance, the Minister of Soil Minerals, and some other 2-3 ministers are there to showcase. So these are important issues that the Speaker cannot be represented. Rather, he has to be there in person.
So perhaps, the Speaker can be excused because 2 days ago he was at the caucus meeting which held at the Villa. We saw there the chairman of the APC, we saw the national leader of the party, Bola Tinubu, and a number of other people. The Speaker then was in Edo State, and we had a report then of him sharing something on immigration. But then the following day, when you now had the national executive meeting of the party, one would have thought that at least the chairman of the National Assembly would have been able to make that particular meeting, considering that he has a deputy. He could have asked his deputy to fill in for him, couldn't he?
You see, the deputy Senate President, of the chair of the House, the deputy to Bukola Saraki now is Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker is engaged. And like you
No, I mean for the Senate matter.
Okay.
The Speaker has a, the Senate President does have a deputy Senate President.
I don't want to hold brief for the Senate President, but you see, we have what we call, if it has come to party matters in the legislative chamber, like in the Senate leader take charge. And the Senate leader was at that meeting. So he could have been holding brief for the party. People should understand the mechanism. If it comes to the issue of party being partisan in the chamber, then the other principal officers take charge. Like if it's the minority, we have the minority leader, the deputy minority leader, minority whip, and deputy minority whip. If it is the majority, you have the majority leader, which invariably is the leader of the House. So in that case, Ahmed Lawal, who happens to be the leader, is there, could be holding brief on behalf of the senators of the APC at that meeting.
Honorable Member, when we talk about motives, of course, these are speculative issues which cannot be proven one way or the other. But it is worth mentioning that indeed yesterday, plenary of the House and the Senate were called to a quick end because of, in recognition of the fact that there was this NEC meeting that members of the National Assembly would need to attend. So clearly, even within the National Assembly, there was some level of understanding that this meeting was going to hold, and it was important enough to stop the plenary early. Now, with that said, we know that the politics of what has been going on in the National Assembly is such that we've seen people like Senator Abdullahi Adamu removed as chairman of Northern Senators Forum as a result of his opposition to the proposed Electoral Act amendment. And we have seen him come out and say publicly that he believes that those who are following the trends of, say, the Senate President and the Speaker, who are advocating for these changes, are essentially conducting anti-party activities and that they're targeting the president. These are the political realities. Should Nigerians not believe or be led to kind of speculate that indeed these realities are tied together when you see the absence of these high-powered officials at such a critical party meeting?
To start from where you drop, Nigerians have the absolute right to speculate, because even the opinion of distinguished Senator Adamu, that is his own speculations. the charges against him were not glaring that directly, look, we are attacking you because you oppose the changes or the amendment to the Electoral Act. Rather, they have their own internal arrangement, the northern senators, and they perceive there were charges leveled against him. He should have been attended and reacted to whatever charges they level against him. It is his own speculative narration, thinking, imagination, that probably he's been witch-hunted, inverted comma. So if he can speculate, Nigerians can also speculate, but that does not translate the reality. You see, in politics, we are bound to disagree and agree. A lot of people comes together from different backgrounds, though probably with the same mind. And the common objective is nation building. Everybody wants to contribute his quota, bring it to the table so that his experience will really show on the table. And the way I'm doing this thing, Mape say, look, this is the way I'm going to do it. At a point, we have to disagree before we harmonize and maybe operate on the same frequency. So this is what is happening. APC is just about 4 or 5 years old with the formation. People from different backgrounds, after so many attempts, the smaller parties comes together to get power from a major party, and they succeeded. Till today, we are still experimenting, though we are seeing result. We are seeing result. But Nigerians, being as human beings, are too much in haste to expect result. A damage that has taken time to be in place. We just want it with a twinkle of an eye.